Hi everyone, it's Sambo here. As you can probably tell, what follows is a lengthy episode, which is a question and answer session around the recent announcement about our Machinima.com partnership. Now, because it's so long, perhaps what you should do is treat it like an audio podcast. So that means you could probably set it off in the background and have it playing while you do other things. Of course, if you do want to watch it, you're more than welcome to do that as well, as you'll see myself, Tallahassee and Reggie bumble our way through the WoW starting zone. Now, what I've done for your convenience is put links below to all of the questions that were asked. So if you don't want to sit through the whole thing, you can jump straight to the questions and get your answers from there. So there you go, folks. Whether you're in a rush and you just want to get to the nitty-gritty, or whether you'd like to be entertained for the duration, the choice is yours. Either way, I certainly hope you enjoy it. Hi everyone, it's Sambo here.
And it's Reggie here in one form or another.
Oh, it is you in one form or another. Goodness me, hang on. Is the world coming apart?
I think I've had a bit of a facelift. I've managed to get the regrowth on the hair touched up and a whole new outfit.
We're going to zoom in here, yes, because I think that the universe is going to implode. Because believe it or not, folks, you're not seeing things. This is Regina J. Lacerta in the World of Warcraft. What is going on?
The universe is going to implode. My head is going to implode. This is just so not real for me.
Isn't it amazing? In fact, look, we were talking about this before. How many times have you... Oh my lord! What the heck? Tallahassee, oh my lord. I can't believe this. Look, what is going on? Oh boy, I bet you're really enjoying being... You're not here under duress by chance, are you, Tallahassee?
Yes, I am.
I can tell.
I'm actually in a small room. There is a man who has a gun to my head, and he's told me that Sambo told him to get me here.
I think, folks, that we know that quite possibly is exactly how Tallahassee probably feels. Look at this, will you? This is amazing. We're in WoW, and we've got two fish completely out of water here. There we go. We've got Regina J. Lacerta before we were absolutely invaded by Tallahassee. And what a classic, by the way, folks. Look at that. He's got a beard. Of course. Did you do that deliberately, mate? You put the epic beard on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you did, he said. I'm Tallahassee. I always have an epic beard. Reggie, tell us, how many times have you literally logged into the World of Warcraft ever?
I think since the game came out, and I actually did have a copy of it not long after it came out, within a few months. This would be the third time?
Be your third time. So hang on, that's three times in... Oh gosh, how long's it been around for, Tallahassee? What anniversary are you up to in WoW now?
Doesn't matter, it's 3 times too many.
Oh boy, you can see this is going to be uphill, folks. 3 times, I think,
Tallahassee.
in 7 years. And that's right, we've got 2 people here who are not great fans of WoW, and they're here completely against their will. And of course, that's very deliberate, because hopefully that'll provide lots of entertainment for you guys in this very special episode, which, by the way, you might be asking, why are we here? Why on earth are we in the World of Warcraft? Why have we got Regina and Tallahassee here completely out of their depth? Well, there's a very good answer for that. I think something very special happened to our channel recently. Something to do with Machinima. And of course, we put up our little announcement video. And since then, Reggie and Tallahassee, we've been fielding all sorts of questions from all of our fans, who, by the way, have been completely supportive. Reggie, did you see how many comments were on our announcement video?
Oh, it was amazing, the amount of people who just, showed their support, and there were a few concerns, but yeah, so much support for what's going on.
Absolutely, yes, thank you for that there, Sambo. Thank you for charging. It blew me away. There's about, I can't remember, I lost count, there were like so many pages of comments, and it's great. Thank you very much, by the way, guys. All 3 of us really appreciate your well wishes and support. But of course, as you say, Reggie, it did kind of throw up a lot of questions for everybody, people asking all sorts of different things. And of course, what we said in our announcement videos, that the 3 of us would get together and we'd explain things just a little bit more and attempt to answer some of the questions. There you go. She's questioning me already. You know what, Reggie? That's typical you.
She's questioning a mangy lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite sure I managed to target on a mangy lightsaber. I don't even know what that is.
Well,
I was going to say, you crazy cat lady.
Oh boy, this is going to be uphill with these two, isn't it, folks? You know what, I must admit though, Reggie, you've been 5 minutes in the game and you've already got a handle on all the emotes. I must say I'm very impressed. But you know what, before we get on to the questions and answers surrounding our new partnership, I just want to talk about WoW with Tallahassee for a minute, because Tallahassee is a very interesting case when it comes to, yes, we know you're the queen, but you're the queen of Ascalon. You're just a loyal subject here in Azeroth, I'm afraid, Regina J. Lacerta. Sorry, we're just normal people here, so you'll have to get used to that, Your Royal Highness. Tallahassee, you're an interesting case because, let's face it, how long have you actually been playing WoW for? I mean, you're not a newbie by any stretch of the imagination.
I played from release and raided all the way through vanilla into BC. I took most of BC off, and then I came back for Cata, and I raided through most of Cata, and then I couldn't be bothered anymore because Rift came out.
Now, Tallahassee, you guys will know as the guy who just says it like it is, and there you go. No exception there. So you are an interesting case because whereas Reggie is a complete newbie when it comes to WoW, you're the opposite in that you're an old vet and you've gone through all the raiding phases of the game and all of the hard work that ever entailed, and yet standing beside me, folks, are two people who really don't like playing the game still, and they both come from completely different angles. So before we go on, I think it's going to be a question that a lot of people will ask, so I'm going to ask it on their behalf. And let's be completely honest about this as well. Reggie, why are you not such a fan of WoW? Not there's anything wrong with that.
I've just, in the few hours that I have actually spent playing the game, and it's been a couple of attempts.
Yeah.
I have just not picked it up, not caught on. I find it's funny to say, but I find the open worldness of it quite disconcerting.
Right, because of course, you've been brought up, I guess, in terms of MMOs in Guild Wars, and hey, there's no finer place to do that, by the way, but you're right, it's very different. Guild Wars is an instanced MMO, and of course, if we cut straight to Tallahassee now, who is, completely the opposite, I guess. Tallahassee, you're absolutely not a fan of instanced MMOs, are you?
No, I really don't like them. If it's going to be an MMO, at least give me some open world so I can meet people, in the world and interact with them and stuff like that. That's one of the reasons why I don't play Guild Wars.
And there you go. And this is why MMOs are great, guys, because you can see, of course, the three of us are a team, and yet we can still have our completely own opinions about games, each of them extremely valid, of course. It's a very personal taste. We've got Reggie on the one hand, who loves the instanced feel of Guild Wars, and Tallahassee, who prefers the open world. But Tallahassee, to ask the same question that we did of Regina, what led you to this point now, though, where we quite literally have to drag you kicking and screaming into WoW?
Where do I start?
Oh,
and
okay.
Do we have enough time?
All right, hang on. Maybe we'll take a seat for this one then. Here we go.
I'll just start with the thing that annoys me most at the moment.
Sure.
And that's the redesigned talent trees.
Yep. Okay.
They're not talent trees anymore. They're just a cookie cutter now. There's no thought that goes into what you want to do.
I must admit that I agree with you on that one, and it's a real difference. Reggie, this won't mean much to yourself, but back in the day, you used to have basically talent trees where you could allocate stat points, and Reggie, you'll know, even though you won't know about what we're talking about specifically to WoW, in all RPGs you get a nice huge choice, and you can say, I want to put a point into that stat and a point into that ability, there. Use a choice, right? The whole point of a role-playing game is to create your character as uniquely as possible to line up with your particular play style. And what Tallahassee is talking about now is that they've basically roped that right in, Reggie, to the point where you can't make your own choices. You have to just follow this preset path of role progression. So basically everybody is exactly the same. Like like Tallahassee says, it's cookie cutter. And even I sit here and scratch my head and wonder why on earth that is. I really don't know what their logic is. Have you ever read anything about it? Yeah, shrugging there, Tallahassee, why they've decided to go down that path?
They haven't come out and outright said why, but I have an idea as to why they've gone down that path.
Yeah.
And that's accessibility.
Right, so you're talking about...
This is becoming more and more a casual game.
Right.
And that's what it's been designed for. Yes, there's still the hardcore guilds that go out and raid, and they'll get, those server firsts and seconds and thirds and fourths, etc.
Right.
And then a couple months later, they'll nerf the instance, and it'll be
be easy mode,
a much dumbed down version, and it'll be easy mode.
Right. And look, I think I echo your sentiments there, and it is a shame. In fact, I saw, you guys probably know, one of our fellow content producers out there in the interwebs, Laughter, aka Jewel, and she posted a message on her Facebook just, I think, almost 24 hours ago, in fact, saying, I think she'd just finished playing a session of WoW. And the question she posed on her Facebook page was, if Blizzard made a classic vanilla WoW server, would you play on it? And you know what? I loved seeing that, because I've said it once, I'll say it again. Blizzard, if you do that, and even if you charge extra for it, I would be on there in a heartbeat. Reggie, that's not going to mean anything to your good self. But Tallahassee, interested in your opinion there, if they made a formal, official vanilla server?
I'd have to consider it, but I honestly can't see them doing it because of money. They need to be able to fit all of their subscribers onto those servers.
Right.
So they need to have enough servers, A, to be able to fit everyone, B, they need to be able to do maintenance for 2 sets of code.
Right.
Which
right, that's
they're
a
never
good point.
going to do.
Yeah, no, whenever you do
this
that...
actually sounds like Tallahassee knows what he's talking about where it comes to gaming.
I know.
Shows you up, Sambo.
I know. I was going to say it shows us both up. But of course, you know what? Tallahassee does, because he comes from a software development background. So you're right. That means they're having to maintain those 2 separate pieces of code, which gets very, very expensive, of course, commercially. So you're probably right. They never would. But you know what? Doesn't stop me hoping that one day they will. So there you go, folks. Look at that. We thought we'd just have a bit of a chat about WoW, seeing as we've got this probably once-in-a-lifetime opportunity of having Her Royal Highness and His Epic Beardness alongside here with me in the game that neither of them really play in. So laugh it up and make the most of it, because I doubt we'll ever probably see this again. But before we head out, what we're going to do is just the format for the rest of this episode. We are going to attempt, like I said earlier, to answer all of your main concerns and questions about our recent partnership with Machinima. But to do that, rather than just stand here, we thought we'd make it a little bit more interesting. I'm going to pan my camera around, and we're just going to run around and kill stuff. Now, before we do that, there's a couple of things you need to know, because it's going to be quite funny, I think. Now, obviously, Tallahassee, you're a WoW vet, so navigating your way around the world and understanding your character's abilities and stuff is not going to be a problem. But tell us, what actual class did you roll?
I rolled a Huntard.
You can definitely tell you're a WoW vet then. So you're not a fan of the Huntards then?
No, I was really hoping to get LOL Auto Shot as my username. Reggie, just so you know, hunters have an auto shot, so when you're using your bow or your gun, and it basically just means that you can go AFK on a boss and just let it continually shoot.
I can feel the bitterness coming out of your pores, because I bet you in your raiding scene you tanked many a time where you had Huntards doing exactly that, right? Yeah,
and you'd pull the boss and then they'd automatically start shooting and they'd level off with like their highest DPS rotation before the boss has even gotten to you. And then when you die, or when they die, it's, why can't you tank properly?
Oh boy. Oh dear, those scars run really deep there. And yes, poor old Reggie's confused there, but any of you guys out there who are WoW vets will know exactly what Tallahassee's talking about. Oh, I've been through that as well. Now, I do like the name of your pet there, Tallahassee. Of course, in WoW, you can name your pet. Very cool. 10 internet points for anyone watching who can write the reference to Tallahassee's cat there in the description below this, in the comments rather, below the video. There you go. So, okay, so we've got ourselves a huntard. Myself, I am an iconic blonde female priest, because I think the first thing that people roll when they roll a night elf Tallahassee is a hunter. Second one that they roll is probably a priest. Regina J. Lacerta, do tell, what role are you assuming today?
I rolled a mage.
A mage, and by the way, very subtle there, Tallahassee. Classic. You've rolled a mage. Okay, so hopefully Reggie knows how to work her character. Presume you've already got yourself a skill on your skill bar there, have you?
There's a skill bar.
Oh boy.
Yes, I have. Fireball.
Fireball, this is going to be fun. Now, by the way, Reggie, I'll give you a tip here. Hit the letter P. There we go, P on your keyboard, and that should bring up your spell book.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Now you've got 4 tabs down the right-hand side. Click on the first tab, the second tab, and the third tab, and you should see your abilities in there. And you've probably only got the one, have you? Probably only got Fireball?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, there you go. All right, well, that's all you're going to be able to use today. So I think we're ready to rock and roll. We've got mangy night sabers out there, and God knows what else. Tallahassee, I think you can lead the charge. Although, knowing our luck, they're probably going to
anywhere. I don't have to do anything. I can just sit here and...
That's right, you just sit there and let your pet do all the work. Oh, boy. All right, well, we are going to be getting XP for this. Now, how are you there? Look, Reggie's jumping on the spot. That's a good start, I must say.
Well, I'm used to, clicking on something and then hitting space and it would start shooting.
Oh, poor Reggie. Yeah, now, by the way, a couple of things. If when you hover over the dead mob down here, if it's got a little, money icon, that means you right-click on it and you'll loot the corpse. So that's very similar to Guild Wars. All right, it's very same.
Oh, okay.
Yep. But, yes, spacebar in World of Warcraft means something a lot different to that in Guild Wars. And, of course, spacebar is a jump. Reggie, we don't have jumps in Guild Wars, do we?
No, we don't. So, if in WoW I tell you to go jump off a cliff, you actually could?
Yeah, now this is the difference. In WoW, there's
probably an achievement for it as well.
Yes, there is an achievement for it.
the tell Sambo to jump off a cliff achievement.
Well, not quite that. So, yeah, anywhere, just be careful. There are edges around here, Reggie, and we're actually up the top of a very big tree at the moment, quite literally. So you can honestly fall off the edge of the world at the moment. It's not the best. So be careful.
Is the world flat?
Well, actually, yes, it is. In the World of Warcraft, it is flat. Look at that. Oh, I can see Reggie. Reggie's onto you. Look out. Look out. There we go. Well, it seems to me you've got the hang of it pretty quick, Your Royal Highness. Feeling a bit more natural?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret.
My target's behind me, and I'm like, I've targeted it. Why is it behind me?
There it is. Yes, it's because it was quite literally behind you, I think. There you go. Now, you can hit tab, Reggie, by the way. Tab will cycle between targets, just so you know. Now, if you get stuck, you can click on any of our names in the portrait menu up in the top left there and type /follow. Or, if you like, you can right-click on us and just click on follow in the pop-up menu that comes up. And that way you'll be able to follow us and find us if you get lost. So there you go.
Is there friendly fire in this?
No. Thank goodness.
No.
Oh.
How good is that, Tallahassee? Because I'd be terrible. What game was... I think... Did we have friendly fire in Borderlands? I can't remember. Tallahassee?
No, we didn't. But there was a skill that you had on your character which allowed you to shoot me and heal me at the same time.
Oh, that's right. That was. And of course, because I'm terrible when it comes to team shooter games, I'm always shooting my own team. Thank God it was a heal. So I healed you a lot. Oh, we just dinged. Woohoo!
Hail to the knight.
Hail to the knight. Now, Reggie, why are you still level 1? Explain yourself.
Because I'm crap at this.
Oh, there you go. Woohoo!
Alone be praised.
There you go. Congratulations, Reggie. You're level 2. This is WoW.
Thank you.
All you have to do is look at an enemy and you'll level. Pretty much. That's how it works these days, right, Tallahassee?
Yeah. I remember spending like 4 months grinding to 60 in vanilla.
Oh, yeah. It used to take a lot longer than this, Reggie. Trust us. Back in the old day, we used to have to walk a mile in the rain, uphill, in the snow. These days, the kids have got it so easy. Seriously. It's nothing like it was. All right, well, I think we're in the swing of things now. So we're going to carry on like this and, of course, allow you guys watching to laugh hysterically at myself, Tallahassee, and, of course, especially Regina J. Lacerta, who's, let's face it, Reggie, you're going to be all thumbs playing this, aren't you?
I actually think that I lose the right to have opposable thumbs the way I'm playing right now.
There you go. Well, you know what? It makes for entertaining viewing if you ask me. And for once, I get to laugh at you. There you go. All right, so what we're going to do while we carry on with this shenaniganery is we're going to run through a couple of the questions that you guys have actually raised in the comments on our Machinima.com partnership video, on our announcement video. So I'm going to kick off here with one. And you know what, guys, this is a really interesting one that got asked a number of times. I'd like to ask this perhaps firstly of you, Tallahassee, and that is, hey, now that you guys have signed up and you've got an official partnership with Machinima.com, are you going to turn into those snobs that ignore your fans and never answer comments and act all elitist? There you go, that's the question. Tallahassee, what do you say to that?
Look, I can tell you we're not going to be able to answer every question anymore. Even just from that announcement video, there were so many comments.
Yep.
And emails and everything else. It was nearly impossible. I remember we went out on the Saturday.
Yep.
After we posted that video, and you had something like 1,250 emails.
Yep. I did. It was awful. And by the way, sorry, Reggie, turn around. Tallahassee, can we go in the cave? I want to take Reggie up here in the cave. Look on your mini-map. Excuse me, Reggie. I'm just pinging on the map where you need to come to. There you go. Yep. She's already on her way. So yeah, Tallahassee, we got absolutely...
Pretty glowy spiders.
Yes, glowy spiders. Bit of a change of scenery for you. Tallahassee, you're absolutely right. So we had so many comments. Now, having said that, I think what you're talking about, Tallahassee, is just purely a logistical thing. In terms of the spirit of us, Reggie, I'll ask you, in terms of our actual, how much those comments mean to us, do you think we're all of a sudden going to change and ignore all of the comments?
I don't think it'd be possible for us to change like that. I know that I like logging in, even just a couple of times a week and reading comments, and I just can't help but respond to half of them.
Exactly
so
right.
I can't see it. Like Tallahassee has it right. If there is so many questions that just becomes too much to respond to, then it may happen. But it's not for want of trying.
Exactly. So there you go, folks. There's your answer to the very first question, which, if I summarise it very quickly, is basically, are you guys going to turn into a bunch of elitist snobs because now you're all hoity-toity, you've been signed with Machinima.com? My answer to that is echoing exactly my fine feathered friends here, which is, you know what, at the end of the day, it's still us. It's still me, Sambo, it's still Reggie, and of course it's still Tallahassee, as if he is ever going to change. We're still exactly the same people.
Reggie fell off the cliff.
Did you fall off the cliff? All right, we'll come down. There you go. Okay, Reggie has had her first experience of falling damage in a game. There you go. How was that for you? Did it take you by surprise?
My breath away.
There you go. So the answer to that, folks, is, wherever it is logistically possible, of course, we will always try to answer every single question wherever possible, because let's face it, that's what we've always done, and I think that's why, we have such a loyal following, is because we do actually take notice and bother to answer the questions wherever we can. That is certainly not going to change. The only thing that will change it is if if it goes bonkers and we suddenly have 5,000 comments appear after the first hour of one of our videos, we are quite physically and literally not going to be able to get to every single one in that case. But please know that, we fundamentally are not going to be changed by this. It's still the same folk that you know and love. And speaking of that, here's another question that's come up, guys. And Reggie, I'm going to ask this one of you this time. They say, will you guys be making big changes, and will they happen overnight? In other words, are things going to change overnight, or is it going to be a gradual process? What do you think?
I'm not a big one for change as it is. So I think if you try and change things on me, you're going to be staring at the business end of a hissy fit. We don't want to suffer one of those. Tallahassee, what are your thoughts about that? Don't upset
The Queen hissy fit. What do you think, Tallahassee?
I'm thinking I'm going to need to use a jingle here. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen.
Oh, there you go. Corny, but totally appropriate. And once again, folks, I'm going to echo the sentiments of my fine-feathered friends here and say, look, right now, we don't want too much to change. Yes, we've been partnered up, but you know what? Things are just going to be the same for a while. We're not going to suddenly have 300 different shows. We're not going to change the style of our content or anything like that. And by the way, look at that. She's already attacking the boss. Go, Reggie. Go, Reggie.
Oh, is that a boss?
Hey, by the way...
Sorry, Battlecat's got that.
Yeah, Battlecat got that. By the way, my DPS, I'm looking at everybody's DPS here. Reggie's is 8, Tallahassee's is 7, and mine's only 5. How come I've got the lowest DPS? Not fair. That always happens to me.
Sounds about right.
Now here we got a friend. Let's wave hello to them. Hello, Featherwind. That's a cool night elf name, actually. I like that. So there you go, folks. Yes, changes will eventually happen overnight, but we like to take things slow. You're not going to see anything change on the channel. You're not going to see hundreds of new shows. You're not going to see any shows drop. You're not going to see the style of our content change immediately. No. So there you go. Have no fear. All right, got another one here, which is basically saying, and I can answer this one. Somebody made a very good point here. Will I still be uploading episodes to the SamboNZ channel? Now, you guys might ask, why would you ask that question? Where else would you upload your videos to? Well, there's a very specific reason that they've asked that question, and help, I've made friends, come back! But I'm going to cry, here we go. My friends in the bed, look at my health, I've got 8 hit points. Yeah, thanks guys, thanks for that.
You're a priest, heal yourself.
I can't, I don't have a heal. I don't have a heal.
Oh my gosh, a priest without a heal.
Worst priest
ever. Oh dear.
Well, actually, maybe not.
What, you're saying that Seraphis heals a lot is the worst priest ever. From Ascalon, the greatest healer in all of Ascalon. Maybe I should stop.
The greatest healer in Ascalon, which we left Ascalon.
Yeah, that's true.
I was being politically incorrect.
Oh, I see. Right, thank you for that, Master Tallahassee. Now, yes, so folks, the reason for that question is that a lot of Machinima directors, and by the way, there's a difference between being a director and a partner. A lot of directors actually have all of their content uploaded directly to the Machinima channel, and they lose the ability to upload to their own channel. Now, that is not the case. You will still find all of our content on the SamboNZ channel, and Machinima actually have no say at all. No say in what content goes up there. Now, by that I mean, obviously, if we break the terms of service of YouTube, like by putting up hate speech videos or racist videos or something like that. Whoa! Here we go, we're level 3 already. Congratulations to us. Woohoo! Come on, Reggie, you're lagging behind.
Sorry.
Oh, there she goes.
There we go.
Well done. Yeah, so as long as we stick to the normal terms and conditions that we're used to, of course, Machinima don't have any say about that. So they're never going to say, hey, we want you guys to make a Hello Kitty playthrough. Or they're never going to say, you've got to drop Guild Wars or anything like that. Oh God, we've put...
We're not dropping Guild Wars. The Hello Kitty playthrough, though.
Yeah. I think I've opened up a can of worms there. I don't know. I think, are you going to be into a Hello Kitty Let's Play, Tallahassee?
Are you kidding me? That is my jam.
It's right up in your jam. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh gosh, and by the way, you know what's going to happen now? We're going to have hundreds of people saying, we want you to do a Hello Kitty Let's Play series. No, not going to happen. Not going to happen. But most importantly, folks, Machinima.com are awesome folk. There is no doubt about it. And by the way, I'm lost. Can anyone, I think it's this way. Can we get out of here now? I think it's through here. Machinima.com will never actually say you have to have any particular type of content on the channel. They may make suggestions from time to time, and of course we may change the content ourselves, but no, we are just going to stay the same. It's just going to be exactly the same, and all of them will come up on the SamboNZ channel, so you can just stay subscribed to us. You don't have to stay subscribed to anywhere else. Now, I've got another great question that's come up. Tallahassee, we're going to throw this one at you, and by the way, can I say before we ask this question here, Reggie, you're running around like you've been running around in the world for years. Has the movement suddenly clicked for you or something, has it?
Well, I am quite an intellectual female.
Well, you are adaptable, I must say that.
Yeah, no, I seem to have actually managed to... I've abandoned the mouse.
You've abandoned the mouse. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, actually, speaking of...
The mouse wasn't working for me, so I'm keyboarding it up.
Well, what do you use in Guild Wars, out of interest?
Predominantly I use the mouse.
Okay, so it's that different. Let's go up the top end over this way, folks. Let's go all the way over here. See if we can get ourselves to the other end of town, because I think there's some slightly bigger mobs way up to the east. So yeah, the controls are that different, Reggie, that it really sort of threw you for a six?
Wow. It did indeed. So I'm like, you know what? Just, roll, adapt, move on.
There you go. That's our Reggie. All right, I'm going to start killing things again. By the way, Reggie, if you kill a deer, I'll never forgive you. Ever. Ever. Oh my God, you killed a deer! Was that you, Tallahassee?
No, that was Tallahassee.
Oh, you big meanie. What did the deer ever do to you? You big meanie.
I like venison.
I was going to say, I bet you he would actually cook it. There you go. That's a typical Tallahassee
response. If I had
response.
cooking skills, I would.
Oh, classic. All right, let's have a look here. I'm going to open up my questions. Got another one here. Okay, Tallahassee. Here's a big one. Why are there ads everywhere all over your content now? There you go. You can take that one, Tallahassee. Why are there ads on our episodes now?
It's because of Machinima. Basically, with the partnership, that's the main way they make money.
Right, and that's exactly right. That's how it works now. So at the end of the day, like anything, it's a commercial enterprise, and we're the last people in the world that will hide that fact. The way that it works is Machinima want to sell ads to their clients, and of course they want to put ads on content that is being watched. Now, as humbling as it may be, guys, they've deemed us as something that people watch. So of course they want to put ads on there, and that's exactly right, Tallahassee. That's basically how the world goes around these days. So I must admit though, we have options when it comes to those ads, and we can put them on in a very hardcore manner, or we can put them on in a very light manner. And hopefully you guys will notice that, especially at the beginning now, while we get used to this, we're putting them on in the light mode. So you're either going to have a little banner pop up that you can basically dismiss with a click, or you're going to have a rolling ad come in at the beginning that you can skip after 5 seconds. Right now, Tallahassee and Reggie, I think both of us were against sort of putting in the forced 30-second ads. We don't really want to do that right now, do we?
It's a bit extreme to start out with.
Yeah, I think so. So, Tallahassee, I think you had an idea that as we move forward, perhaps some of the older content, we can put those more hardcore ads on because they're not in high rotation.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. I mean, they are older content, and by older content, I'm talking, sort of 6 months or older.
Exactly.
That tends not to have a huge rotation.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So basically new stuff will have the light version of the ads, and then it'll cycle through down to the more harsh advertising, I guess, the older something gets. There we go. So that answers that question. Now, before we get into the last questions, can I please make a request? Seeing as hopefully everyone's having a lot of fun watching us bumble through all of this, by the way. Let's just run straight over here. I'm going to point over in this direction. Can we go find our class trainers so that we can actually get a couple more skills to use while we're actually running around killing stuff here. Now, Tallahassee, can you remember where the trainers are? I have no idea.
Yeah, they're in the building, man.
Okay, but I can't remember if they're in the building or up the windy stairs that go up the trunk. Can you remember?
No, they're in here. There are some that are up the top.
Okay.
So up that stairs that you just walked past.
Yep.
And there's some in the back here, and then some around the corner, if I remember correctly.
Okay. We're going to be on the lookout.
Druid trainer.
Druids. Have you found yours, Reggie?
I'm seeing a lot of training dummies around.
Yeah, you stop talking about Tallahassee like that. No, so Mage Trainer, come back this way, I think, Reggie. Reggie's will be upstairs. Probably mine will as well, Tallahassee.
Yeah, I can't remember where the Hunter one is.
Yeah, let's have a look. We'll go up these stairs. While we're doing this, folks...
And when I say that, I've quite literally just walked straight into it.
Well done. Well done. Does this bring back memory for you? Oh, here we are, Reggie. You're up here with me. You're up here with me. Come on up. Yeah, so you folk watching, does this bring back memories of you when you rolled your very, very first Night Elf character? Because it sure does for me. There you go. Must say, Reggie, you're finding your way around awfully well, considering this is your first time. So here she is, the Mage Trainer. It's her up here.
Ishnu Dal Diem.
There you go, so right click and talk to her. I'm going to do the same for mine. Hey guys, I finally got a oh no. No! Guess what I don't have?
You don't have enough money?
Yeah, I've got to go down here and sell my goods. What about you, Reggie? Have you got any money? Or are they all red?
No, everything's red.
Alright, there we go, all sold up. And we've got Reggie following us. Let's turn around. Is she coming? There she goes. Alright, so we're going to run and grab a quest. Now, while we do that, this is a really interesting question that we've had here, and Reggie, this specifically relates to you especially, so we'll get onto that in just a minute. But this one is about live streaming, and somebody here actually asks, hey Sambo, are you going to carry on live streaming? Look at that. What are you drinking there? Right, before we answer this question, have we all got a quest from this guy here? I don't even know how you say his name, but hopefully we have. Kill 6 young Night Sabers. There we go. Alright, we've got our quest. Following you, Tallahassee. Right, so the question was, Sambo, are you going to continue live streaming? Now, this is a very, very big one, this one. And the answer is, yes, I'm going to carry on live streaming, but not through Twitch TV anymore. So my Twitch TV account will basically become dormant. So if you follow me on there, I'm very sorry, but you won't see me there anymore. Now, don't panic though. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to live stream. Instead of using Twitch TV, I will now be streaming live using the YouTube live streaming facility. Now, as far as you guys are concerned in terms of watching, it's no different. Basically, you'll be able to come along to the SamboNZ channel, and instead of watching a normal video, you'll actually see a live stream there, and down the side will be a live comment chat stream as well. So it's exactly the same functionality. And the beautiful thing about live streaming on YouTube is that once that stream has finished, of course, that video will remain on the channel, and I'll make sure that they go in a live stream playlist for everyone to watch forever and a day. So it's great. It's like recording a live episode, and the brilliant thing about that is you guys watching from home, you'll be able to participate, and that means that you'll be forever in a SamboNZ video on YouTube by default. So that answers that question. Now, Reggie, where have you gone? I see you're over there. Look at that. Should we go rescue Reggie, Tallahassee? I think she's...
Yeah, my game actually paused at the moment. I cannot do anything right now.
Oh, because yours is probably streaming in content, isn't it? Because you've just got the new client, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
That's all right. We're here.
It's on pausing me.
We're protecting you.
That actually does raise, talking about live streaming, it does raise an interesting point because, one, I don't actually have access to YouTube streaming at the moment, just because my account is not impressive enough. And also, I'm the Twitch Witch.
Exactly right.
So
I'm glad you brought that up, because that's going to be everybody's next question. We have with us, in our presence here, we have the Twitch Witch. So, of course, what does that mean? Because, basically, my deal with Machinima.com means I can't stream on Twitch TV, and that's okay, that's understandable, that's fine. But what about you, Reggie? I mean, imagine this, you're part of all of this as well. Does that mean that you're not going to be streaming on Twitch TV anymore?
I hope it doesn't mean that. No, look, I believe that a deal has been struck as part of negotiations, because of my current YouTube level and also my love of live streaming. I shall continue to be the Twitch Witch. I shall continue to stream on Twitch.
That's the one.
As per normal.
That's it, and that's very big news for us. And by the way, I'd like to thank Machinima.com, who helped us negotiate this deal, and they said, you know what, we're going to allow Reggie to carry on streaming on Twitch TV, which is, it's a big deal, if you ask me, and it's very nice of them.
It is great, because it is something that I love doing.
Exactly. And you know what, technically speaking, there could be a minor conflict of interest there, etc., by the letter of the law, but they've managed to be able to sway that so that our good old Queen Regina J. Lacerta, the Twitch Witch herself, can carry on Twitch TV. So to answer those questions very specifically, will I be streaming? Yes, I will, just not on Twitch TV. It'll be on YouTube, the live streaming part of that. And will Regina J. Lacerta still be the Twitch Witch? You better believe it, she still will as well. So don't delete those bookmarks for Reggie, she'll still be there. All right, got another question here, which is, will this get you a YouTube partnership as well? So that's a very interesting question. Now, by the way, are we going to head back and hand in the quest? Oh, you're already over there, Reggie. You've beaten us back to the quest giver.
Oh,
no.
She died.
Oh, did you die?
Everything's gone grey, and I'm just a little light hovering around.
Oh, Tallahassee, can you please explain to the wonderful Reggie what that light is? Go on.
It means you're soul walking.
Ooh.
So you've died and now you need to find your body again.
Oh, that's classic. I didn't even notice that.
Oh, no, I
Reggie.
just talked to some person and I'm alive again.
Oh, there she is. There you go. So did you talk to the one with the wings? By the way, we're back this way. Here, come on.
Yeah, who's no longer there.
That's right. That's the Spirit Walker.
Spirit Healer.
Spirit Healer, sorry. And they bring you back from the dead. There you go. You can click on me and follow if you like, Reggie. So to answer that question, will this get you a YouTube partnership as well? Well, the answer to that is that having a Machinima partnership basically overrides a YouTube partnership. And in fact, having a Machinima one has a lot more benefits, if you ask me, to having a plain old YouTube partnership. But you can only have one or the other. And effectively and technically what it means at the end of the day is that all the same things that get offered to a YouTube partner get offered to us here. So yes, of course, we'll be able to upload custom thumbnails for our videos and a whole bunch of other stuff. We'll be able to put the YouTube branding and the Machinima branding and the SamboNZ branding up the top. Oh, congratulations, Reggie. By the way, I'm going to get myself some braces. What did you choose? Oh, yay us. What did you choose for your reward there? By the way, Reggie, did you take the braces?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. If you want to know how to equip them, hit the B key on your keyboard, and that'll open your bags. And then hit the C key, yep. C for character, that'll bring up your character. And then on the gear that you just got, you should see it in your bags. Quite literally, just right click on it, and that should equip it onto your character. Nice and easy. All good?
Lovely.
There we go. All right, now we've got to take down 6 Fell Moss. Where is Tallahassee? Where's he gone? There he goes. All right, I'm going to run towards him. There you go. That's it. The YouTube partnership and the Machinima partnership are effectively the same thing. Another question, very quick one that came up. Are you with Respawn Realm or just with Machinima? The answer to that is right now we're just with Machinima.com. We'll see how it all falls later on and maybe we'll end up on the Respawn Realm. Who knows? For now though, we're quite happy just taking things easy, as we said before. Nice and simple. All right, and of course the other thing is, just to summarise one of the questions that got asked right at the beginning of our little Q&A session here, which is a lot of people saying, hey, where is your partner banners? How come you haven't started using thumbnails, custom thumbnails and all that? I think, Tallahassee, it goes back to the first question that we asked you, which is all this going to happen overnight? And do you want to reiterate that, Tallahassee? Because, I mean, you had a great answer for that. You know, are we going to turn on everything all at once, basically?
No, it's not going to happen straight away. It will happen over time. And it's something that you'll notice happening as well.
Exactly. So it's going to be a slow, gradual change. And you know what? It means that I might go and get ourselves a new logo, for example. Maybe we'll commission a nice intro animation for some of our episodes. Don't know. But the truth of it is, folks, that at the end of the day, don't forget, it's still us. It's just us. We haven't changed. And of course, you know, that means basically, by the way, let's line up here, folks, shall we? Seeing as we're all nicely lined up right here. What a good place to stop amongst all the bodies of these grell here. Look at that. What are you doing, Reggie? Are you fossicking around on the ground?
I might be shopping.
I was going to say, Reggie's probably shopping. So, in a nutshell, folks, you can tell, hopefully, it's still us. We're not going to change up. We're still the same people. The reality is, you know, for all of us, we have our full-time obligations during the day. So, for example, I still hold down a full-time job. I'm not going to quit my job and do this full-time. Tallahassee, you pretty much still work every day, day in, day out at the job that you love so much, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we all know.
It's the thing.
We all know how much Tallahassee loves his job, but you know what? You're not going to give that up in a hurry. And of course, Regina J. Lacerta, you've got a full-time job as a mummy, and of course, you've got another one on the way, as we all know. So that's not going to change anytime soon. So there you go, folks. I think
it's a bit too late to change all that.
It's a bit, yeah, you can't really go backwards on that one. There we go. Before we wrap it up, I'm going to throw it to my wonderful co-hosts here. Tallahassee, was there anything else that you wanted to address before we sign off in this Q&A episode?
I'm guessing people are going to wonder if our attitudes are going to change as well.
Right.
You know, I'm still going to be rather flippant. Reggie's still going to be the lovely, bubbly person that she is.
Aww.
You're still going to be a complete idiot.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
So how we are is not going to change. The people that you know, hopefully watch the videos for, they're still going to be there. It's just now there's going to be an ad somewhere or something along those lines. But you know, just know we're not going to be changing. You know, this is still what we do for fun. You know, as I said, it doesn't change.
Exactly right. And you know what? I think you hit the nail on the head there. We are still exactly the same people. And, you know, what this does, this whole deal, is, yes, there's a commercial aspect to it. Oh, yes, must do the famous night elf dances. Here we go. There's a commercial aspect to it for sure. You know, we're not going to deny that. But the big news is, at the end of the day, is that over time, our audience should hopefully expand. And that means more views. And, of course, that means more opportunity for us to change things up, eventually add more shows. Who knows where it's going to go? But, of course, it's much more exposure for us. Now, that's also not going to happen overnight. We're not going to suddenly next week have, you know, 500,000 views on our videos. It's just us. That's a slow, gradual change. The most important thing, folks, is that we want you to come along with us on that ride. And of course, what it means is that you've been with us from the ground up, and you know what we're like. Hopefully, you know we're not going to change. Reggie, anything else that we've forgotten that you'd like to bring up?
I think we've covered off those things that need to be covered off.
There you go. Well, you know, if Reggie hasn't got any questions, there's probably none left.
Question.
Oh, you've got one?
I need to know. I do. I need to know, did you have cupcakes today?
Oh, well, actually, you know what? I didn't. I didn't have cupcakes today, but that is a very important question. We must know about cupcakes. Why would you like to know that?
I just want to know which cupcake you had.
Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't have any. Did you have any cupcakes today?
Oh, I wish.
You know what, we've got to make another date. In fact, you know what, Tallahassee, you've got to join us for our cupcake adventures. I know you're a manly man, but I think even you would like some of the flavours there. Boy, we've found some really nice ones. Where do we go, Reggie? It's Cupcake Central, isn't it? In Melbourne Central. Give them a bit of a plug.
Yep, Cupcake Central is where we've been going to lately.
Yeah, best ever. Great flavours. Anyway, folks, enough about cupcakes. I do want to remind you that, this isn't the end of it. Just because we've answered those specific questions doesn't mean that you folk won't have more. Now, if you do have any other questions for myself, for Reggie, or for Tallahassee, make sure you ask them in the comments below this video. And, of course, we'll do our very best to answer them for you whenever we can. But I certainly hope that you've had fun in this episode and that you understand what this is all about. Essence of it is, folks, we're not going to change overnight, and nor is the channel. Over time, who knows where it's going to go. It's a big opportunity for us, and we're certainly glad that you're along for the ride. But you know what was most fun about this episode, guys, was having you two in it, because it's seriously like having a couple of fish out of water. Reggie, you know what, you adapted to it really quickly. I've got to say, you deserve a bit of a clap. That was pretty good. In new games, I'm a complete moron. I definitely don't adapt as fast as that. Reggie, and I'm going to ask the same of you, Tallahassee, to sum this all up, has any of this made you want to come back and try WoW, Regina, Lacerta, or are you quite happy not being a part of it at this stage?
I'm quite happy at the moment, thanks.
All right, there you go. Very polite answer. I think we're only going to ever see Reggie in Ascalon. I think that's pretty safe to say. Tallahassee, what about you, my friend? I mean, you've got a couple, I know, you've got a great deal of high-end characters there. You've got some tanks, you've got a rogue, warrior. No chance of you coming back to WoW anytime soon?
Okay, it's about 0743 realm time.
Yep.
So by around 0750 realm time, the game's going to be uninstalled.
Oh! Well, there you have it, folks. Because a lot of people do ask, will Reggie or Tallahassee ever join you in WoW? There you go. And obviously there was a big sacrifice made by Tallahassee to come in here. I did specifically ask these guys come and do it in here, so it was a bit of a laugh. So I hope you guys watching enjoyed that. I hope it was informative. Hope you had lots of laughs and fun watching the three of us bumble our way through the Night Elf starting area. And again, if you've got any more questions about the Machinima.com partnership, just ask them in the comments below. But for now, on behalf of myself, Tallahassee, and Regina Lacerta, it's us saying take care. Certainly hope you're having a great day wherever in the world you are. We do look forward to seeing you next time. Not all together in WoW, of course. Until then, take care. We'll see you then, and bye-bye.
Bye.